Well, hello, sunshines, and happy new year. Oh my gosh, we are in year 2025. So when you see this video, it will be January 1, 2025. Our first video going up for the year. I'm excited about the year and what it all has to bring. And I pray that you are blessed tremendously this year and that you have so much joy. Okay, so today in our very first video of the year, what we're getting done is I need to clean out this shed. I have been procrastinating in cleaning out this shed, but I need to get it done because it is time to start sowing seeds. There's so much noise between the dogs, the rooster, I don't know. But I need to get it cleaned out and I need to be organized. We talked about prepping in the fall and now in the winter to prepare for the spring. And so that's what I'm continuing doing. I got to get in the shed. I know it's a mess. I know it's chaotic. Why? Because I have children and I will send my children in the shed to get things, to put things back, and nothing's put back correctly. Things have been moved. I have not been in there in a couple of weeks and it was bad. A couple of weeks ago. It might have been a month ago. And I know it's not any better. And so I'm going to open the doors and we're going to step in there. You're going to step in there with me and we're going to get it organized and cleaned up today. Let's go. One side. Let's open the other side. Here's a look inside. Yeah, it's a mess. So this is what I'm working with. But I think I'll be okay. I'm going to have to take some things out. And I think you all have been with me before cleaning out this shit. It's not actually that bad as I'm like scanning. It's just that the shelves need to be put back. These could actually come out. Yeah. Okay. Let me get to work. I don't even know why this is here. This doesn't belong in the shed. See, when you tell the children to put things back, this is what you get. That goes in a totally other shed. This is what happens. Okay, we have to get some stuff out. So as you all can see, there's a lot to be done, a lot of tedious work. And so take a look at it now, even though I've picked some things up, and I'll be back to show you what I've got accomplished and to go through some of the items with you as well. Wow. We're going to get it done though. We are going to get it done. So we are making progress. We got everything out and we got some things moved back in. Let me zoom out for you all. So it's looking quite good. Let me step in. I honestly did not go through this shelf. We're not doing that today. This bucket right here is like some go-to items for me. So I thought that was a good place for them, like a hammer, my little digging tools. Got this shelf over here. We got some fertilizer, and then we just got some little knickknacks. These are the things that I when I did my haul from the thrift store. So I just got to get them wrapped up and put inside the container for the fall items. We got this shelf together. This is not where the light goes, but it's just being useful for now before I do lose light. I got those planters put up there with the mint and the lemon balm, and I did cut them back, gave them some water. I'm not expecting anything from them, but just to kind of keep the soil moist because they're not outside. This right here, we put some of the terracotta pots. This is holding the dahlia bulbs. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I don't know if you all use these, but these are some tags that I had to name my plants that I never got around to like putting in the ground and writing on. So I got those on the shelves. And then in this little corner, we just got some little knickknacks. I was able to hang up one of my tools, my weeding tools. I don't use many tools all the time, but that's one thing I do use is the weed eater, the leaf blower. And then I was also able on the shelf is to get some of these charging items a little more organized. Then I was able to get my shade cloths and frost cloths folded neatly, kind of, sort of, but they're in there tucked away. These right here are paintings my children, my daughters often draw, and I don't know how old she was when she drew the family, and I just want to hang it up in here one day. This is another art piece that I thought was gorgeous. This is my little chair I use to sit here, and with everything covering, these right here are heating lamps. These are for when we have our meat birds. They start off in here in a brooder. And so these lights are the heating lamps. Behind this chair is just something I forgot, my platter for Thanksgiving. So everything else is outside, and I'm going to organize a few items with you. So I'm almost there. It's been a few hours, honestly, friends, and I'm sure you know. So I'm going through my gloves, and I keep them in this little flower pot, but I have kept so many gloves that I will not even use. When I go to get gloves, I don't want to use them. For instance, these white gloves. These gloves, I got a bunch of these because they came when I was putting together my raised metal beds. They came with gloves. And so I didn't use them at that time, and I'm not using them now. So we're going to get rid of them. We are going to throw these away as soon as they get wet. And because when you're in the garden, you're dealing with water, they get wet. You have to change them because the water seeps through. It's that particular material. The best gloves for me, and these are absolutely my favorite ones that I use, but it's time for a new pair, is the ones that have the rubber side to it, the plastic side or whatever to it. These are the gloves that best work for me when I do use gloves in the garden, because I don't often use gloves, as you all can see. So I have my trash bag here, and by the time I'm done with this, because a lot of the gloves are like that, it's not going to be much left. It's going to lower this completely. So let me go through these gloves. After going through my gloves, friends, I'm left with none because the one I said was my fave is actually missing one. And all the ones that were actually my faves, I realized I'm missing the other one because I often lose the gloves out here, or sometimes the dogs take them. So what do we need to put on the list? Gloves. That's what we need. Gloves. See you later. So that's what we'll do. We'll put them on the list. Gloves. The next thing, I really wasn't expecting that. The next thing I want to talk about is lighting. And so these are the lights. These are solar lights. These are the first lights that actually were in my garden. I loved them. I think I have like a TikTok with the lights. It doesn't even matter, but I really did like these lights. They're very pretty and they didn't break. But the problem is this is what keeps happening. They keep the clip. There's a clip that's supposed to be on it. If I can find one, it's looks like this. And it attaches, and you put it up there, and you spin it like that. This doesn't hold the battery like it should and keep it in. And then it eventually, not this one, but a few of these, it breaks the cord that makes it light up. And so I saved them because I was going to try to go through them and see which one works. But at this point, I know there's a lot of them. I'm going to get new lighting. I still have a few of them in the garden, but I replaced these ones with these lights. Now, the problem with these lights is that they have, if I can find a piece, they have this back. And what happens is my son will mow the lawn, or we'll walk on them, we won't see them, and we'll step on them. And a lot of them, even this one, it just doesn't go to this. It's broke. The piece is stuck on the inside. So you're supposed to attach this light, and it's a nice light, and you stick it in the ground. So I have them still in the ground. They're actually along the rock path. I'm going to pull them up, and the ones that I can salvage, I'm going to stick them in the area where I know they won't get trampled from us or the lawnmower. And then I'm going to find some different lights for my pathway. So for now, we're going to say bye to these. And it's a lot. It's a ton of them, but I have to purge. And this is a whole box of them. And I'm just going to take the box. I have a wheelbarrow over here for everything that's trash. So they'll go in that wheelbarrow. I have to purge. If I don't purge, I will keep everything. And so this light is staying. I'll sit it somewhere for now. This is my original seed box when I started gardening. And as you all know, I keep saying I started with a vegetable garden, and I would keep my seeds in here. And then what I actually started to do was I started to keep the plant tags in here. So I started so I can learn the names of the plants, which I'm still not the best at. And so I can remember how they grow and how to care for them. I kept them in here. Well, now I have an app on my phone. So if I forget a plant, I'm going to just pull up my app. The other thing, you all know I do is I've been planting and sticking the tag immediately behind the plant or leaving the tag on it. And so I don't need these. Whatever I need to do for those plants, I'm going to find out. And here's one of my roses. It's called Blue Girl. I have to purge. It's a new year. So we're going to toss just about everything in here. I'm going to be sure that there's nothing else in here that I need, but that's what it's full of, plant tags. Plant tags. These little containers right here I have because they're actually containers that batteries come in. And my husband orders like a box of batteries, and they come in this container, like I think 8 in each one. And I saved them, and I'm still going to save these because like this one, it doesn't have a name on it, but it has seeds in it, because when my seed packets rip, or if I open up my seed packets, and of course you don't use them all, I will stick them in here. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to discard these seeds that are in here because I don't know the name of them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to save the box and clean it up and see if I can make use for it in another way, because it's a nice working box. So the next thing, I know a lot of you gardeners save, and oh my gosh, I have to downsize. Let me just flip the camera so you can see. So I know you all are familiar with this stash. These plant containers, every time I do a haul, every time I grab plants, here I am keeping these actual plant containers. that I don't need. This is the stash that I took out of the shed. This is the stash I have behind this shed. I just need to get rid of them. I've already done this once before, recycled them. I put them in the recycle. Once again, I was saving them because my plan was to take the plant tags off so I can remember how to care for the plant. But at this point, it's just too many. I'm going to get rid of some. The other reason I need to go through all of these containers in this bucket right here is because these are my seedling trays. This is how I start my seeds, using these trays. And so I need to get some more sturdier ones. And so I want to go through them and see which ones I want to keep. Like this, for instance, this has a rip in it. So some of them are very, they're not the best containers. And so I want to go through them. Some of them I want to keep and some of them I don't. The last thing I need to go through is my books. These are books that were actually in a bookshelf in my house, and I went through them and I kept the ones in the house that I'm in the process of reading now and that I know I'm going to read throughout the year. And some study books, but these I need to go through, and I won't be throwing these away. Of course, I would be donating. So I'm going to go through and see which ones I want to keep, and the ones I'm not, I'm going to donate. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then once I'm done, I'm going to come back and show you all what my stash looks like, what I kept and what I discarded. And I'm going to break it down. I'm so serious about this process right now. It's just too much stuff. So let me do that and I'll be back. So here's where we are. This is how I decided on the books. I took this recycle bin, the last one I had left, and basically said whatever can fit in here is what I'm going to keep. And so the way I decided to keep, that's ugly, don't worry about that. The way I decided to keep the books was based upon, I have a lot of books that have been written by friends. I have books that when I went to school that I think will be useful later on, books that I plan on rereading. And so that's what I did with that. I also found my book. One of my daughter's teachers gave me this book when she found out about me gardening, composting, all those things. She gave me that book. This book right here is from a gardener that I follow on Instagram. That book is very helpful. It's all about like different planting, but one of my focus was the companion planting. That's why that tag's there. When I was doing my gardening, planning out my garden last year. So this is all the books we have to give away. So I'll take these books and I'll bring them to this. We have a couple of places where we can drop off books, and so I'll put them there, and so they won't go to waste. And so here we are with me downsizing. So as far as the pots go, I decided that all the pots that I had over here, it was gone. I have enough over here. I have some here and I have some there. So that's enough. So I did keep a couple of these big ones because sometimes I just need some bigger pots. So I kept those. And then we have 2 bags of pots for the recycle. And then as far as I kept these because these I use to up pot when I do my veggie garden. I use those to up pot. And these cups are actually going in the recycle. I wanted to show you all because this is also, as you can see, these labels meant something, a type of pepper it was. I would up pot in these cups. That is a lot. It's easy. It's not really hard, but then it's like you have to up pot again some of the plants. And so what I'm thinking about doing this year is just going from these, which is where I normally start off with. I'll start off in these. I kept these because they have all the pieces. They have a lid, a dome for humidity. They have a tray so it catches the water. And then this is what I use to start my seedlings in. And this one I haven't used yet, but I plan on using this. And so this should be enough to start my seedlings. But I also have this one right here. The only problem with this, it doesn't come with a dome, but I typically take plastic wrap and wrap it. But I really do like these because when it's time to take the seedling out, you just push it up and it comes out. It does have a water catcher, but it doesn't have a dome. I don't know if this is, I don't think this is supposed to act as a dome. No, this is made by, what is it, Burberry. And so this is a really good container. I just wish it had a dome. And so these right here are trays. This is trash. These are trays that I got from the garden center because I frequent that particular big box store so much. I know a lot of the people there, and so they let me have these trays. So this, I will use these to up pot too, and so I have plenty of these. And then these two can be used for seedlings. These are my petunias that I purchased. So I saved a few of these, and then I have these other trays. They're not that sturdy. Some of them I did toss. They'll go on recycle because they were cracked, but these weren't. So gardening can already cost you money, right? And so I'm not trying to like buy everything fresh and new, but I do need to purge because some things you just hold on to and you need to let go. And so these cups, I think I've used for 2 consecutive years. I wash them out and do all the things when it's time. They're going to go in the recycle. And so I think, and these, I think I already said I use these to up pot. And then I kept some of the more decorative containers, that I might use around the garden. And then my thought for these, the reason I kept these, that's dirt. The reason I kept these is because I thought about gifts. Like if I give gifts in the form of a plant, these pots right here, begonias came in these, and they're pretty for like Mother's Day. And so I wanted to keep those in case I do, I pot up some plants for my mother and things like that. And so I'm going to sort this out, get it all cleaned up. I'm going to use this cabinet to store these things, and then I'll be back. So a final look of what I got accomplished today. So I was able to fit all the trays in here, all my seedling trays that will be coming out soon because it's almost seed starting time. And the decorative pots, I got some down there. So I'm just going to leave them in here. And then when I need them in a couple of weeks, I'll pull them out. I did stick some more over here, but I'm satisfied with how much I downsized. And I even may downsize a little more. This is clean. These are just boxes. Don't worry about that. I may downsize some more. Okay, now I look inside the shed. Remember what it looked like before? This is what we're looking like now. It looks so much better. I'm so excited. I am going to be getting some more grow shelves. I had some tall shelves that I had to use in other areas to organize some things. And so I'm just going to get more. I think I'm going to get the real tall ones, the one that I like. I think it has like 6 shelves. And so it looks so much better in here. This shed, I always want to have like a she shed, but you know, I need to use it and let it serve its purpose. I put this floor down about, I think, I don't know, maybe 2 years now. I just went to like a Family Dollar and picked up the floor and laid it down myself. No extra glue, just laid it down. It's been working fine. And so, you know, I think about sometimes putting walls up. We'll see what the future holds. But for now, I'm going to use it for the purpose that I need it for. That's for starting my seedlings. That's for storing things. And so, yeah, so we have our paper bags in this corner along with those packing boxes. We use those for Christmas time to pack up gifts. And so we have extras. So I'll just use them as we need them. And if not, just use them in the garden. Then we have this area. I still need to organize the drawer. Like I told you all, over here, just some little things that, some little finds. This was a part of the haul when we went to the thrift store. My little basket over there, unfortunately, the other harvest basket that I just got was broke. I'm going to try to use it for something else, even if planting, but it's just the handle that's broken. So that one's actually on the shelf outside. I may bring that in after. We have the lamps, my chair. We have the storage bins. I already told you about all this stuff, but this is what we're looking like. And yes, you do see tulips because I need to plant up some more tulips in another area. And we'll talk about that another time. You won't get another fully tulip planting video from me because you see me plant up enough tulips, but just so that I document where they are and the type that they are, I will probably film it. But this is what we're. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today as I just went ahead and got this shed organized. Another thing done and ready for our next planting season. I'm so excited about. And so getting your shed wherever you need to get organized, whatever area you use to prepare your seeds. And if you don't do seedlings, that's fine. But whatever area or space you need to get organized so that you can have a more successful garden season, I think it does help, especially me, my focus. It helps me to focus like when I know where certain things are, what I got to do next. And as I told you all, I need to write a list because I'll forget. So it does help me. So if it helps you, come on, get organized with me. Well, once again, I want to say thank you. And don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And until next time, I will see you soon. Happy New Year. I already said that. Blessings. Bye.